Today I'm going to teach you how to work a lateral braid. I'm working on a pair of boot toppers, and I've already begun by working a lateral braid on the first half of the first boot topper. And you can see this lovely line of horizontally lying knit stitches. It just looks like a knit stitch, but it's running horizontally rather than vertically on your fabric. And that's what we're going to be doing. Now this is a great technique if you want to delineate between different stitch patterns, which is what's going to happen on these boot toppers. So now we're just going to move over to the second one and I will demonstrate how to work it. To begin, you're going to need to do a make one right. Now on this, because I'm coming off of another stitch pattern that's not stockinette, it's a little bit harder to see. But I'm just going to grab the horizontally running strand that's running between the first stitch on the front needle and the first stitch on the back cable. And I'm going to bring my left needle tip in from back to front. Just drop it up on there. And then I'm just going to come around to the front of this stitch and knit it. And that is how you make a make one right. And now I'm going to drop that stitch that I've just worked back onto the left-hand needle. And let me scoot this out of the way so that it doesn't confuse you or get in the way of what we're doing here. Now to work the lateral braid, you're going to hop over the first stitch and you're going to knit into the back leg of the second stitch. But you're not going to pull it off the needle. You're then going to go into the front of the first stitch and then pull them both off together. Replace one stitch back on the left-hand needle and repeat. So I'm going to rotate so I can see the back into the back leg of the second stitch and knit, but don't pull it off. Go into the front of the first stitch, yarn around, knit them off both together, replace one stitch. And you're just going to continue this around. Come on now. Knit into the back of the second stitch, the front of the first stitch, pull them both off, and replace. Let's do one more. Oops, popped off on me. Back of the second stitch, front of the first stitch. Now you want to make sure that when you're pulling these off, that you pull off both. You see how that little loop is still sort of hanging on the left-hand needle tip? Make sure that comes all the way off, and then replace one stitch back on the left-hand needle. And you can see that we are producing that beautiful braid. So I hope you like it.